Hey, Paul. Doing well. How are you? How about you? That's good. I'm glad that you're doing well. See if I can sit here and still see the chat. That would be awesome. Yes. Is that tomorrow? Thursday is tomorrow. 10:30 to noon. And let's cross our fingers that the feed does not cut out this time. Sorry about last week. I hope that you were able to do your closing postures and shavasana and meditation on your own Thursday. Yes. Who else is here? Say hi in the chat. Hey, Deb. Oh my goodness. How are you? Nice to see you. Paul, we should do yoga outside, although I don't know if my internet connection will go that far. I don't really have an outside space. Paul, do you mean yoga? Sam! Hi! Don't worry, Sam. We still have some time. Finish your flow. Keep flowing. Oh, good, Deb. I'm glad you have kartals. That's one thing I'm not great at, kartals. I prefer my little egg. Paul, you said, what were you saying? I think I was asking whether you meant to do yoga outside on the internet. I think that my internet connection wouldn't go far enough to where I'd have a flat surface because I don't have an outdoor space. I just have a little patio and it wouldn't really work. But we have our nice studio and maybe I can just open the doors. Paul, my friends Deb and Samantha are here. We've still got 10 minutes or so before we start. I know Beth will be joining us. Hi, Judd. Paul, I have no idea what we're going to do in yoga tomorrow. Is there something that you would like to do? Sam's back, yeah. It's so cool that we can all be together like this. Yeah, do you have requests for yoga, Paul? I'll ask you again tomorrow, too. The only thing I ever really plan for yoga classes, unless it's a workshop or a teacher training, is kind of the direction I'll be going with the philosophy talk. I don't really plan the asana piece anymore. And you guys were talking about the live stream vinyasa and mantra class that I'll have tomorrow on this channel from 10:30 to 12. Paul's been in all of them, I think, pretty much every one since I've started doing it. Legs for yoga. Okay, can do that. We'll work on our stems. Okay, do you all have any chant requests, or is there anything that you would like to cultivate specifically tonight in terms of intentions or energies? And Sam, I've tried to figure out how to mute my microphone so that I can look at the chat on my phone, but I can't figure it out. Yeah, please do. Flora, what a beautiful name. I see our numbers going up. Hi, baby, I love you. Steven's here. John says, do not disturb. That's a great idea. Let me try that. Paul, we can totally do inversions tomorrow. That is wonderful. Okay, let's try this. Okay, I apologize if it feeds back. So I'm going to turn on my channel. Let me know if you guys can hear feedback or any sort of echoing. Hi, John. Hi. Steven, it sounds great. That's good. I'm using that mic that John gave me. Hi, John. Hi. Oh. Steven, it sounds great. That's good. I'm using that mic that John gave me. Hi, John. Hi. Oh, Paul, we're going to Om for like 75 minutes for sure. You guys, I can still hear myself. Does it sound weird, like feedback-ish, or is it okay? Can somebody give me a heads up? Is it okay for me to leave my phone on so that I can see your chat? Or is it echoing and reverbing and all of that? See what you did there, Stephen. Excellent. Cool. This is so cool. Remember to look at it. I love technology. Aren't we lucky that we still get to be together and we can find new ways to connect? What a wonderful thing. Somebody else just joined. Say hi in the chat. Prutha, hi. Hi, Jennifer. What's going on? Oh, there she is. Hey, Beth. I think, Jen, that autocorrect was really appropriate. I'm thrilled to hear as well. Can we just take a moment of gratitude for our ability to hear music? I mean, what would it be? What would life be like without music? How would we survive? You know, what would we do? I think that it's a wonderful thing for us to be here together to experience one another's sting, because then I'll be able to see you guys on your video and we can unmute the microphones so that we can all sing together. So I'm just really grateful for this learning curve and for this technology so that we can continue our practice together. And that's exactly what we're going to do now together, is that we'll be moving through our practice, the practice of Kirtan, which is a call and response mantra meditation, which is one of the practices within the Bhakti Yoga tradition, which is the yoga of devotion. So there are so many ways that we can practice yoga. And as you might know, yoga means union or integration of body, mind, and spirit. And depending on what philosophy you're talking about, there's many, many philosophies of yoga. So this is one of the many ways, the many strategies that we can integrate all aspects of ourselves. And for me, the practice of mantra, which is a sound vibration that helps to take the activity of the mind and to bring it to a fulfilling place. So sometimes mantra can help us to calm the mind. Sometimes mantra can help us to find more clarity. If we have a particular intention, then we can use the practice of mantra to cultivate that intention and then eventually embody it. Because when we have an intention and we create a sound, the sound is tuning the instrument of our vessel, our body and our mind and our energy to that particular vibrational frequency. So it's a wonderful tool that we can use to take everything that we're feeling. Let's just talk about everything that we're feeling right now. If you want, you can type in the chat something that has been challenging that you would like to release. So mantra can help us to release something by simply tuning into a different frequency. It's not as if it stops what's happening in the world, but it can change how we react to that. So we can change our responses from a stress-based reaction to one of clarity and ease. It takes some work, you know, it's not just going to happen like that. But for me, the practice of mantra is one of the quickest ways that I know of to shift my energy and to change how I'm feeling. So let's just go there. Let's focus on the things that we want to release. So in order for us to release, we have to acknowledge something, right? So for me, I'd like to release fear that I won't be able to take care of myself financially. I'd like to release the worry that I will not be financially supported. Okay. I want to inspire the group by sharing in the chat what you'd like to release, then that will help it to go. So feel free to type something in the chat now. What would you like to release and let go of in this practice of devotion? Oh my gosh, Beth. Okay, so we'll bring in your daughter who's ready to give birth in the next few weeks. If you want, you can write her name and we can send all of our love and our energy to her for a safe and easy birth and a healthy baby and a healthy mama and a healthy family. So guys, let's take a moment to send some love to Shelby Ann. Shelby Ann, may your birth be easy and healthy. And obviously I've never had a baby if I could say that a labor would be easy, but let's make it as easy as possible for everyone. Okay. So that's a great point. If you have anybody that you would like to send some love and protection to, you can bring them into the Kirtan tonight by visualizing their face or by saying their name. And feel free to write their name in the chat, and that will help us all to send some energy to them as well. Okay, so thinking about what we'd like to release and let go of, you can hold that personal to you. And now, through the practice, we'll tune into the particular frequency of that which we'd like to cultivate or remember. So in the recognition of consciousness, we find that the practice is the recognition that we are contracted, we are afraid, we are anxious, we are worried, we are confused, we feel lost, we feel isolated. And in that recognition, we then remember that there is maybe a balance to that. And in my opinion, through the study of non-dual tantra, we learned that it's all consciousness itself. So everything that we're experiencing is also consciousness. So it's part of the whole experience of the ebb and the flow of energy, Shakti herself. Okay. Yeah, Jen, I'm right there with you. Sadness for the planet. So let's see the earth as the most thriving and beautiful place to live. And may this experience that we're going through help us to treat her differently, not only for ourselves, but for future generations. And Sam, yeah, I'm right there with you. I feel like I just need to keep helping at work all of the time. But if we do that and we deplete ourselves, then we're not helpful to anybody, and we might even get sick. So, sister, take care of yourself. So I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that all of you are here. So let's acknowledge what we want to release and shift, and then acknowledge how we'd like to move forward. And so we'll begin our chant practice with that. So thank you for sharing with me, those of you that shared. And if at any time you'd like to write something in the chat that you'd like to let go of, or that you'd like to cultivate, or somebody's name that you want to bring into our practice, maybe you can have a picture of them. I've got pictures of my loved ones. I've got my brother Kyle on my altar tonight. I'm sending him some love. I want to say Alicia Dawn Van Zee, my best friend, is working in Manhattan as a nurse. My beautiful friend Nicole LaFawn, her baby Cleo, her husband BJ. I want to keep them in my thoughts. Oh, hi, mommy. My mom is here, you guys. That's Sheila Waters. Send some love to my mom. She's always with me. So, yeah, let's get started. Let's take a few deep breaths. Another cool thing about Kirtan is that within Kirtan, chanting is a breathwork practice. Okay, so call and response mantra is us agreeing with one another. It's cultivating an intention of togetherness and connection. We are in this practice together. And as my friend Sarah says, we're all in this together, but we... Hi, Kyle. Do you see your picture up there? Little 21-month-old Kyle is on my altar tonight. Thanks for coming. Means a lot. Take some exhales. As you inhale, pull energy up from the earth below the building that you're in. And imagine that you're receiving resources like a plant, like a rooted tree. Take what you need. And then use your exhale to release all that you've typed in the chat, everything that you want to let go of. You just send it back out. You can give it back. And in the practices of yoga, we learn that there is a vibration that is of union, but it's the vibration where we have achieved that union. So I'd like to go through 3 rounds of Om together, and maybe the first round of Om, and you can just hum. Any sound vibration will help you embody your personal intention. The first round of Om is for you. Feel it in your body. Take what you need from it. The second round of Om is for all of the people that you'd like to bring into your practice tonight, somebody that needs healing or love or peace or even just a second of distraction from this. To remember our greatness, to remember our infinite nature beyond the temporary bodies and minds and energies that we're currently inhabiting. Of your body that you're safe in this moment. Everything is okay right now. You are simply your breath and the spaces between your breath. Feel your roots ground down so that the rest of you can rise. Together. May we work together in harmony. May we learn together and grow together. May our studies be to the benefit of all. May there be no hatred and no separation between us. Try that if you like. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu. Try that. Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Paravamai. Try that. Sahaviryam Paravamai. Tejasvina Paritamastu. Try that. Tejasvina Paritamastu. Mavidvishavai. Mavidvishavai. All together. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Paritamastu Avipushavai Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Paritamastu Avipushavai Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Paritamastu Avipushavai. One more time. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvina Paritamastu Avipushavai. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Feel free to stay in meditation without even looking at the screen for the entire practice. Feel free to lie down, feel free to sit, feel free to sing for all right now. May we be together in harmony. May we come together in peace. That place of peace within me recognizes and sees and honors that same place of peace within you. Namaste. When you bring your hands together and you take them to your forehead, you're bowing to one another's intuition. So you're saying, I trust you to be honest with yourself, and I know that you'll be honest with me. So thank you all for joining. I'm just going to check out these chats here. Oh, Lindsay. Hello, Buttes. Oh my gosh. Hi, Auntie. My Aunt Donna is here from my friend Lee Mirabai Harrington. She has an album that is beautiful. It's called Beyond the Beyond. She is a Buddhist practitioner, and she taught me that this mantra means that we can embody and also practice to embody. So I'm going to write it in the chat here. Om Mani Padme Hum. And I'll explain it. So Om Mani Padme Hum, we've already talked about Om. Om is the unifier. It's the connector, but it's also that sound vibration that we call upon to essentially turn on the radio. So when we're speaking to the divine, when we say Om, we are asking to be heard. So we're tuning in. It's an invocation. So Om is that invocation of peace and peace itself. So we become that when we call to that and when we ask for that. Mani means jewel. Padme or Padma or Padme is Padme is the unlimited consciousness space. It's the unfolding of consciousness. It is the lotus flower. And the lotus flower, or the 1,000-petaled lotus, is us moving through the mud, so a lotus has to grow up through the mud to reveal itself, as a flower on the surface of the river and on the lily pad. So it knows darkness, it knows confusion, it knows constriction, but it still grows. And because it's been through that, it unfolds as consciousness itself. So that is our practice of and our embodiment of unlimited compassion. Okay, we are that radiant jewel of compassion, essentially, is what it means. That is hum. We are that. And I'm talking like that with a capital T. That doesn't really look like T. I should never be a cheerleader. Okay, T, that. So Om Mani Padme Hum. And the video is buffering frequently. Our internet, the video settings down. Let me try that 1 second. Is anybody else having that problem? Let's see. All good. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to do the best that we can. I've got Kyle, you're funny. Is this the first kirtan that you've ever been to, Kyle? I think my brother, this is the first one that he's ever been to. Stephen, I don't see the settings for this live video. Let's see. All right. So you guys, when stream, just for the viewers. Thank you. Okay. Figure that out. Okay. All right. So Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. So compassion is how we can be honest with what we're feeling. And then to think about how others might be feeling. And then to try our best to take care of ourselves and meet our own needs, but with an intention of helping shift consciousness for everybody. How will my actions, my words, and my thoughts affect the collective? What can I do to take care of myself so that I can help in the best way possible? Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 May we practice compassion toward ourselves so that we can practice compassion toward others. Kyle, thank you for that sweet note. One thing that happens sometimes when we chant is that when to feel the need to cry. I invite you, when you feel that, because it's not an if, it's a when, not necessarily tonight, but sometimes when you hear music that really moves you and you're not quite sure what's wrong, try your best to acknowledge that our brain needs to compartmentalize what's wrong, so that we can fix it. That's the ego's role, is that there's something that's wrong, so we need to fix it. And a lot of times what happens in that process is it turns into what's wrong with me. So I invite you to notice those natural energy waves and flows as sadness, as ecstatic joy. Maybe you're laughing. Maybe you feel a lot of energy moving through your body, like your face might get hot. It might start to itch or something. These are all natural responses to us creating and tuning into so much Shakti, so much prana Shakti, which is creative power. So it's a natural response. So instead of identifying with what's wrong, just allow it to happen and just let it flow. It's totally fine. And I think I want to say that most especially to the men here in my life and on this feed and in the world, is that even much less so than women, guys aren't really taught how to process emotion, or that it's okay for us to feel emotion, or that we should even talk about it with others. And somehow it's become like not a heterosexual trait, which I don't understand. So please, men, allow yourself to feel it all. Know that you're safe and that you're ultimately love. So you don't even need to get love from another person. You just are that. And that's the journey of the practice, is we can see that maybe we have a choice to look for that spark. That spark, like it could be something as simple as, oh, the wind is blowing and the way that the leaves are moving on the trees. Like, oh, I'm alive right now. And nothing else has to really matter in that moment. So how can we create moments where we connect to that space between? And in Sanskrit, that's called the madhya. The space between the experiences is continuing to buffer. Maybe if I turn this off, then my internet won't be so drained and we can tax that. Okay. Anybody else have a request they want? And I'll just give it a couple moments for you to type it in the chat box if you want to. I'd love to do a very simple mantra as well, that speaks of our movement toward those spaces of peace where we're beyond the mind. So we use the mind to reach this place of peace where we destroy sorrow and turn it into peace itself, to consciousness itself. And that principle and that deity is Shiva or Shiva. So that just represents that place that doesn't change and that we can't really access through the mind because it's beyond the mind. So the person and the human and the energy that we experience, that's Shakti, and Shakti activates Shiva. So we become pure consciousness through really embodying everything that we're feeling and everything that we're going through, and allowing ourselves to feel it all, and to try not to be ashamed of it and to try not to block it, because then we become who we already were in the first place, which I think is just divine love. And that doesn't mean that it's easy, but it means that we are aware. And if we can practice awareness moment to moment and notice the natural triggers that we have to anxiety and to depression, and when we start to have feelings of panic or those physical body responses when something is wrong, we can use these practices to bring us into this present moment where it's not good or bad, but it just is. Okay. So if there's no chant requests, I don't see. Okay, so I'll write that here for you. Om Namah Shivaya. So we bow. So Om is, we're about to say something important. Please listen to us. Om Namah. We bow to Shiva. We bow to pure consciousness. Om Namah Shivaya, which is also known as the light of consciousness, or the space of peace and bliss. Okay. Consciousness within us. Try that. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Om 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 Namah Shivaya. This is a Mahamrityunjaya mantra, the great death-conquering mantra, to conquer sickness, illness, and disease, and as a call for celebration. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshyamamritata. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshyamamritata. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Then all of you. Om Namah Shivaya. And then you would respond, Namah Shivaya Om. I see that we have another request. Let's see if I can read that. Oh, yeah. So Beth says, I think you're talking about a yoga sutra, Vitarka Badhane Pratipaksha Bhavanam. That is one of the Patanjali's yoga sutras that is, it's about when we cultivate negative thoughts, let's invoke the opposite. So Vitarka Badhane Pratipaksha Bhavanam, when negative thoughts arise, cultivate the opposite. Yes. Okay, cool. Yes. So when negative thoughts arise, we cultivate the opposite. And that's really important for us to employ at this time. That's a great thing to mention, Beth. Thank you for that. I feel really drawn to more of the cosmic mantras tonight. And I think it's because I'm kind of identifying with that which is beyond rather than, yeah, Jen, I can type that. Let me type that now. So yeah, I was saying that I wanted to do a lot of cosmic mantras. Normally I'm all about the embodiment and the Shakti and the earth-based mantras. Right now, I'm trying to tap into that which is beyond. So Jen, could you type the translation of Om Namah Shivaya? I bow to Shiva, the universal, light of consciousness. Yeah, thank you, Kyle. That's exactly what it is. So you can think about these deities as that, deities, lords, gods and goddesses. But you can also, as my teachers would say, think about them as principles. Thomas Ashley Farrand would say that these are anthropomorphized principles. So that's one of the things that I love about the Hindu religion and tradition is that it gives all of these personal relatable traits to divine characteristics. And it has these beautiful, rich, exciting, colorful stories that tell the tradition. And so I feel like I've found such solace in that, because it taught me that God can be fun. And so it's really helped me to figure out what my own belief system is, and that I don't have to be afraid of God as somebody who, even though they created me, could destroy me at any time, and that I should worry about what I'm doing every second. So it taught me, through the study of yogic philosophy and the Hindu pantheon, taught me that I don't have to be afraid of my faith or myself, which I think is huge. So that's why I'm attracted to these Sanskrit mantras. Okay. I'd like to sing a song that I learned from my friend Amma, Amma Betancourt, Amma Devi. If she's here tonight, Amma, if you're here, say hi. This one is a Kali mantra. So Kali, if you can see her, she's here on my altar. I'll put the candle in front of her face. So this is Kali. Kali and Durga are incarnations of Parvati, which is the consort to Shiva. So in the Trinity, or the Trimurti of Hinduism, which talks about the cycles of life and birth and death itself, is creation, protection or preservation, and destruction and transformation. Within destruction or transformation, now we're going into consciousness as form. So Shakti is important right now because that's where we are. That's who we are. And so Shakti, while is consciousness itself, she is also every single thing we go through as human. And the confusing, that's part of consciousness, because it helps us to learn and to move toward, whatever we're moving toward, and the lessons that we need to learn, because we don't really have a choice in being alive. If we're alive, we're going to learn lessons, and we're going to get humbled, and we're going to try and figure out who we are and our place in the world. So Kali and Durga are fierce incarnations of Parvati, which is the consort of Shiva, and they are motherly love. So I've been saying all week, I want my mom, and it's because I have the best mom, and she just always wraps me in love. Anytime I want to talk about something, she listens to me. She's taken care of me my whole life. I'm really, really lucky. And that fierce motherly protective instinct, whether or not it actually comes from a human, it also comes from yourself. That is Ma. And Kali is the fierce, wild, cut the bullshit, like, I know what you're doing, stop doing it, that you do. That's your mom being like, oh, hell no, what do you think you're doing? So Kyle, she's freaking great. Just say that mom is great. We love her. Yeah, Joe, that's huge. So Kali and Durga are our fierce protective instinct and our journey through these bodies and these minds to the truth. So when you sing Jai Ma, you're honoring the earth, because Ma is Mother Earth, to take care of yourself, the motherly instinct that we get to develop by noticing when we feel guilty or ashamed about something, when eventually we learn, hopefully over the course of our lives, that we deserve to be loved, and that we don't have to be ashamed of ourselves, and that there's nothing wrong with us. I'm like just drawn to put my hands on my heart while I talk about it, because it's kind of hard to receive sometimes. So you can be that for yourself. These principles are not specific to gender. They don't have much to do with male and female, though all genders and all of those humans who don't identify with gender have masculine and feminine energetic principles. Okay, so now let's bring in the feminine, and let's bring ourselves back into our bodies from a place of strength and power and creativity, which is what Ma or Shakti represents. So the chorus is Kali Ma, Jai Jai Kali Ma. So victory to Mother Nature. May she prevail. may she heal. I'm going to type that in the chat box here. Oh, yeah. Jennifer, that's really interesting and so spot on. Bring her back in. She's part of you now. Every time I say Ma, I think about my grandmother because I actually called her Ma when I was little. I didn't know what I was saying. And she's with us now. I feel even closer to my grandmother now. We were close before, but now she's always there. And I can talk to her anytime and she guides me all of the time. All you have to do is just take a big exhale and then feel into that. Feel into her. Give yourself that motherly love right now. Deepen your breath. I rise from the ashes of my fear. My heart is breaking open, she is here. Embrace. I long for the memory of her face. Kalima, Jai Kalima. Kalima, Jai Kalima. Kalima, Jai Kalima. Kalima, Jai lives within this sacred place. I long for the memory of her face. Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jagadambe, Jai Jai Ma. Side of your broken heart is where you will find your way. inside of your broken heart is where you will find your way. Kalima. Jai Jagadambe Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jagadambe Jai Jai Ma. Jai Jagadambe Jai 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 Ma. I rise from the ashes of my fear. My heart is breaking open, she is here. I feel her love, I feel her warm embrace. I long for the memory of her face. Kalima, Jai Jai Kalima. Kalima, Jai Jai Kalima. Last time. Kalima, Jai Jai Kalima. Kalima, Jai Jai Kalima. If you'd like, start to rub your hands together and warm them up and charge them with good, clean energy. Fast, they'll get warmer. Get them as warm as you think that you can, as warm as you want to, and then lay them over your heart to receive that support from yourself, through yourself, to nature herself. Nature finds a way. So I'm going to come up here and see if I can see you. Okay. And again, that was from my friend Amma Devi. Her website is ammayoga.com, and she is my harmonium sister. So if you're interested in buying a harmonium, please purchase one from her. We were lucky enough to have a retreat at Kashi Ashram where we were able to chant this Tuma at the Jagannath temple. Yeah, I can't help but feel emotional with the Ma mantras. And if Stephen were with which Diga Dina Tirakita Tina. So that's the drum. I was thinking Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, which is may all beings be happy and peaceful and free and well. But if anybody has another request, please let me know. Anybody? Okay. Well, let's do Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Oh, Auntie, you guys are going to make me cry. Woo! I know that Ma is with me. She is Ma. She's the reason that I'm singing in the first place. May all beings be well, peaceful, and free. And the loka is interesting because it means location. So location meaning like one location throughout the three worlds, throughout the world. So now's the time for us to cultivate that within ourselves. Feel free to join me anytime you want. They are good tears, Auntie. Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Your turn. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Yoga samasta sukhino bhavantu. Yoga samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may this love begin with me. May all beings be happy and free, and may this love begin with me. Om Shanti. 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 Om Shanti. 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 Let's close with a sea of Om. So rather than trying to keep up with my breath length, you just begin and end Om as many times as you want to. Take a deep breath in.
And we call upon that divine presence right now, which is the truest and highest essence of you and me together where we meet. And as I ring this puja bell in Arati ceremony, the closing ceremony of the light, and ringing the bell, may we be released from anything that is holding us back from being present in this moment, any feelings of inadequacy, knowing that we are in this moment together. We're safe right now. And these practices continue to bring us back to that which is beyond this moment, where we don't need to worry, where we don't have to fear. So if you like, I invite you to take the mudra that you'll see if you see the Shiva Nataraj Murti. So he's in a circle, he's in this giant, essentially ring of fire, which is the fire from pure and ultimate consciousness, where he's no longer of the world, and then he's merging with Shakti, and he's living in the world, and he's forgetting himself. And I will ring the bell. And as I ring the bell, I'm going to take the light around Ma. So whatever you believe, may we give everything that we don't need back. May we let it go. We release it. May you be released. May you be free. May this be so. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. A bow at your feet. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I love all of you. Thank you so much. Lindsay, I love all of us here together in divine presence as well. Jennifer, yes, I would absolutely be honored if you wanted to support my efforts. I'll share my link tree with you. I'm going to just quickly grab it from another web page. And I'll post it right here. So if you guys have, extra to give, feel free to donate here. You can go to this link. It's my link tree. So you can just copy and paste this link. And it has Venmo and PayPal on it. And I also accept Google Pay as well. So thank you for all. If you want to donate, you can, but you do not have to. Just your presence here and in this cosmic realm has been wonderful. Thank you, Stephen, for joining in. Tell the kids I miss them and I love them and I love you. I love all of you. I love that a lot of the people that are in this Kirtan right now are my family, especially my brother. You guys, this is me and Kyle. Okay, this is Kyle. So when you see him on the chat, you can just see how cute he is. Look how freaking cute he is. How could you not love that face? Okay. So Stephen, I don't think it's a link, but I just posted it up in the chat. Do you see the link tree /Narayani Shakti? Do you guys see that? I think Kyle will probably kill us anyways. So I don't care anymore.
Oh, Andrea, thank you so much for coming. I see that link because Stephen says, where's the link? Do you see the link tree, Narayani Shakti? Yeah, let's totally do this again. I'm down. When do you guys want to have another kirtan? Oh, I have a yoga class tomorrow here live on this channel from 10:30 to 12 noon. And let's hope that my internet connection does well. I'm going to post the link again, Stephen. See if you can see my very next thing that I post. Do you see that? It might not be a clickable link, but you can copy and paste it. And on my YouTube channel itself, you can see all my links. So if you made your way here to this video, then you can see my link tree. It looks like a little green tree on my YouTube banner. Namaste, everybody. Thank you. Mwah. Have a wonderful night. I will see you soon. Let's organize another kirtan. Jennifer, we can start an email train if you want to. So go ahead and grab that link, you guys, and just post it in your browser, and we'll connect. Thank you all. I love you. I'm honored to be here with you and for you. Take care of yourselves. Big, big hugs. Let's hug. Let's just hug yourself. Hug yourself right now. So my mom used to go, when she would hug you, she made that noise. Oh, Kiabate, Stephen. Kiabate, what a thing. I love that. Okay, I kind of don't want to leave. I'm not done yet. I'm not done playing. Oodles of love to you, Beth. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for telling people about this. I think that we should do this once a week. What do you think? And then once a month, Stephen will join us and we'll get bass and guitar and drums. You heard me trying to play my drum with my foot. He sounds a little bit better than I do. So if you'd like, you guys can send me a note and let me know what days or times work really well for you for kirtan. Let's connect. And if you want to take a yoga class, I have YouTube yoga tomorrow at 10:30. 7 p.m. is a good time, Jennifer. That sounds good. And I also am streaming yoga classes through WilmingtonYogaCenter.com if you want to take a yoga class and support a local Wilmington yoga studio. You can do that. Okay, I'm going to sign off now. I love you all. Peace and